Do you ever feel like you're living the same chapter over and over again? The same emotional reactivity you swore you'd stop having, the same relationship patterns, the same emotional burnout cycles. You are not consciously choosing these patterns. Your nervous system is repeating them. You are not broken. You are not self-sabotaging. You are not secretly addicted to chaos, and you are not going backwards. You're living inside a story that your body learned a long time ago, and one that it thinks it needs to keep repeating in order to keep you safe. In this video, we're going to dive into it and break it down together in a way that is not only gentle, kind, and compassionate, but actually makes sense and gives you actionable next steps to break the same story and patterns you're repeating. Before I became a therapist, I genuinely thought patterns were personality traits. I thought overworking was just who I was. I was a people pleaser at my core, and that would never change. Anxiety was me. We were one and the same. Through my own therapy and studying psychotherapy, I learned that these are things we can change. Because these things weren't my preferences. They weren't my personality. They were my patterns. They were my wiring. They came from an old story my nervous system was still living in. So let's start here. What exactly is a story loop? A story loop is a survival technique that you learned early on that your body keeps repeating because at one point it really did keep you safe. It became a safe, learned behavior. It's important to recognize that it really doesn't matter if you hate it now, if you consciously don't want it. Those really don't matter when it's been conditioned for so long. We have to take more active steps to rewire and re-regulate our nervous systems. Your nervous system will always choose familiarity. Before we go deeper, I want you to try to recognize what some of your own story loops might be. So I'm going to share a few common examples. Choosing emotionally unavailable partners, people-pleasing or over-giving, shutting down during conflict, overthinking all the time, working until you burn out, feeling like everyone is your responsibility, sabotaging rest or stillness, seeking chaos because it feels more familiar than calm, avoiding vulnerability, or staying in unhealthy situations longer than you should. A story loop is simply the body reenacting what it once considered was normal. This is the part most people don't understand because you can't outthink a story your body believes, especially one that it once deemed was necessary for survival. So for example, I once was a huge overthinker. I still struggle with it, but I'm a lot better now. But overthinking helped keep me safe because I could predict other people's emotions and I would choose how to behave, what to say, how to act based on that prediction, based on that overthinking. And that did keep me safe, but it also made me extremely disconnected from my own self because I wasn't acting in authenticity, I was performing. So it was something that I had to unlearn, but it still initially felt like the safest option in my nervous system. And so that's what I'm really trying to get you to understand is that was a story loop that my nervous system believed was the safest choice that I had to consciously choose to rewrite. Whenever you experience something repeatedly, emotionally, mentally, physically, your nervous system allows it to become predictable. Predictability feels safe. If chaos was predictable, calm might feel unsafe. If overworking was predictable, resting feels unsafe. If hiding your needs kept the peace, expressing them might create panic. The top-down therapy piece of this is the story work. It's understanding the narrative that you've created in your brain. Some examples of these stories are, I must work really hard and achieve things in order to be loved. Rest is lazy. My needs don't matter. Conflict equals danger. It's my job to keep people happy. Emotional closeness and vulnerability isn't safe. These stories don't just disappear because you read a self-help book or you now know logically something else is a better choice. Like logically, yes, I don't want to be overthinking every situation, but it's a belief that's still held in my body. So the narrative, understanding the story, is only one piece. In order to rewrite the story, we have to update our nervous system. When a story loop activates, our body responds before our brain does. This is the moments where you feel the tight chest or the racing heartbeat or a heaviness, a tension, a numbness, a shutdown, an overthinking, the urge to fix or help or problem solve or disappear before it gets worse and run away, that fight or flight. These sensations is what triggers the nervous system to rewire and repeat the same pattern because it's familiar and it knows what these sensations mean, at least according to what it has previously internalized, what has become familiar. This is where the bottom-up therapy, the somatic work, needs to come in because we need to regulate our nervous systems along with restoring. So regulate is bottom up, nervous system, somatics, and then top down, the narrative, the story work needs to come together. When your body feels safer, your story starts to change. Here are 3 small practices to start breaking the story loop. Tip number 1 is to pause before the pattern. As soon as you notice that old story coming up, you need to interrupt it. So pause, take a deep breath, take a moment, whatever you need to do to interrupt. This can even be as simple as naming it. Name the emotion, name the state. So if it's panic, if it's overwhelm, if it's a desire to fix it, pause before acting and have awareness. Tip number 2 is to talk to the old story. Our bodies need reassurance. So you can say things like, this is my old story. This isn't me or how I feel now. This is learned. I'm safe enough to do something different. And then 3, choose a micro shift, not something huge. We can't rewrite it all at once. Choose one small step in the direction you want to move towards. If you struggle to say no, maybe that feels really hard. So the next time you get asked something, instead of saying yes immediately, take that pause, tell yourself you're safe to choose something different, and then maybe you say, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. If you feel like you have to clean everything and you can't leave anything undone before you get permission to rest, instead of doing every single chore on your list, do all of them, but leave one for tomorrow. Start to teach your nervous system that nothing bad will happen if you leave that one chore undone. If you struggle to slow down and rest, you don't need to take a 1-hour nap. Sit down on the couch for 1 minute. Take a minute to sit in stillness and do literally nothing. Start to recondition the body and the brain to feel safe in these micro shifts. It's really important that you recognize that if you keep repeating old patterns, you're not broken, there's nothing wrong with you. It's conditioning, it's wiring, and we can consciously choose to take steps in the direction that feels more aligned and more authentic with who we want to be now. If you want to go deeper with this, I actually created a free worksheet in the description down below that walks you through it more in depth, step by step, allowing you to understand the story and then break it into those micro shifts that need to happen. It's a gentle, reflective way to help you integrate what we've talked about today. Download it for free in the description box down below, and I will see you next Sunday.